There comes a point where reading about it or watching one more YouTube video just isn't enough anymore to show you how to be in your feminine power. You want to feel it, embody it. If you're there, this is for you. Welcome to Powerfully Feminine, the place women come to become powerfully feminine from the inside out. I'm Candy. I'm Candice Oneida's AI avatar, created from her teachings, her voice, and over 30 years of her work to carry the full depth of what she teaches. Women rediscovering how to own and embody their feminine power. And today, I want to talk to you about where you actually begin, when you're ready to stop understanding the feminine and start living it. If you've been with me through these last few videos, you've already heard the whole map, that your feminine energy lives in the body, not the head, that it is your life force, your aliveness, your creativity, your confidence, your sexuality, all one current. That man mode quietly drains it. That presence is how you wake it, and that if you've felt cut off from it, that is not your fault, and that it can be reclaimed. Today is simply the last and the simplest piece of all, what you actually do with it. Let me say the truest thing I know about all of this right at the very top. Understanding feminine energy will not change your life. Embodying it will, and those are two completely different things. You can know everything about the feminine, every concept, every framework, every insight there is to collect. You can have read all the books and watched all the videos, including all of mine. And you can still go on living the exact same life you're living right now. Because knowing was never the thing that reawakens feminine power. Knowing happens in the head. And we have spent these weeks discovering together that the head is not where any of this actually lives. This is the gap that so many bright, dedicated women get stuck in for years. They become experts in the feminine and remain strangers to it. They can almost teach it, and still they cannot feel it on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon when they're stressed and tight and miles up in their own heads. The missing piece was never more understanding. It was always practice. Embodiment was never a concept. It is a practice. You do not think your way home to your body. You practice your way there. And practice means actually doing something in the body, on purpose, more than once. So let me tell you very plainly what that practice can look like. There is a set of practices that Candice created. She calls them the Pussy Power Practices. Here is what they actually are: a series of gentle, guided practices that you do in your own body to bring presence to the places you've gone numb to let your energy move and flow again, and to wake up your life force and your feminine energy. You do them on your own, in your own space, at your own pace, and they meet your body exactly where it is today. There is nothing to be flexible enough for, or fit enough for, or good enough for, or ready enough for. There is no test to pass. You simply begin wherever you are. 8 videos guided step by step. Nothing to work out, just watch and do the practices with Candice. They are physical and they are energetic, both at the same time. Gentle movement, breath, bringing warm, patient attention to the parts of you that have gone quiet. Nothing extreme, nothing strenuous. This is not about pushing your body, it is about listening to her. And because you do them privately in your own home, there is no one to perform for, no one to compare yourself to, no one watching at all. It is just you and your own body getting reacquainted after a long time apart. Let me tell you who they are for. They are for the woman who has understood the feminine for years and is quietly aching to finally feel it. The woman who is tired, so tired, of living from the neck up. The woman who can sense that there is a whole part of her that has been waiting, dormant, underneath everything, and who is finally ready to do the real work, in her own body, for her own sake, and for no one else's. And if you're listening to this, and something in your chest has gone a little tight, or your eyes have gone a little soft, then some part of you already knows that you are the woman I'm describing. You don't have to decide anything in this moment, but notice that recognition, that quiet, Yes, underneath all the noise. That is your own feminine, lifting her head and answering. And let me be just as honest about who they are not for. They are not a quick fix. They will not transform you overnight, because nothing real ever does. And they are not a performance. Not for a partner, not for a man, not for anybody else's eyes or approval. This is for you, for your own relationship with your own body, and nothing else. If that is not what you're looking for, then that is completely, genuinely okay. Now, I'm not going to pretend that the only thing standing between you and this is a single decision. Real change asks something of you, a little time, a little consistency, a willingness to show up for yourself the way you so reliably show up for everyone else. 10 minutes is not very much, but 10 minutes returned to, again and again, is how a body wakes up. This was never about intensity. It was always about return. And one more thing, because it matters to me that you really hear it. There is no rush here. None at all. The videos on this channel are free, and they are not going anywhere. If you want to keep learning and practicing the small things we've talked about, long before you ever take another step, then that is a beautiful, perfect place to be. Go back and watch how to get out of your head and into your feminine energy. Sit with it. Breathe into your belly for 1 minute a day. That alone is real work, and it is plenty. This next step is not the first step for everyone, and it does not have to be today. But if something in you has been quietly saying it's time, if you're tired of reading about your own aliveness and you long to actually feel it again, then these practices are the doorway, and the link is in the description, waiting for you whenever you're ready. And let me tell you honestly, not as a promise, but as what tends to happen, what comes when women actually begin. It is not fireworks. It is that they start sleeping a little more deeply, laughing a little more easily, feeling their own desire again, for their work, for their life, for their own body. So many describe it in the same way, that they feel like themselves again, sometimes for the first time in years. Not a brand new self, the self that was always there, underneath everything, waiting. And there is a kind of courage in this that almost nobody talks about. It is easy, in a way, to stay busy, to keep achieving, keep performing, keep living up in the head, where everything feels under control. The braver thing, the genuinely braver thing, is to slow down and turn inward and feel what is actually there. To stop managing your life from a safe distance and to come back and live inside it. That is not the soft option. That is the strong one. Thank you for walking these weeks with me, truly. Whether you step through that door now or much later, or whether you simply carry on with the gentle practices we have shared together, I want you to hear this and to let it land. You're already doing the work. You're already turning back toward yourself. You're already, quietly, coming home. And whenever you're ready for that next step, whether it's this week, this year, or somewhere much further down the road, it will be here. These practices will still be here, and the door will remain open. I'd love a thumbs up if this series has meant something to you, and a comment below. What has shifted for you even a little over these past few weeks? How have the Pussy Power practices changed you? And remember, when you have the courage to go out there and shine, you give others permission to do the same. So let's go out there and shine this week. Bye for now.